we're doing these on Monday morning. I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing. Adds to the crankiness, that's for fucking sure.
It adds to my stress. I like doing these on like Fridays.
Yeah, so you have a little time to sit with it.
Just a little more time to turn it around in case there's something real messed up happening.
Yeah.
But I know this one we had something to do. So
Right.
By the way, before we go there.
Oh, okay. Oh, boy.
I just want to thank you for allowing not only myself, but several other of the degenerate dirtbags that we know.
Yes. Our friends.
Our friends, a.k.a. friends. Thank you for letting us into your home this weekend.
Yeah, we had a little...
I mean, barely into your home. You let us onto the patio.
It was a garden party, so why do you need me in my house? Why? You know?
I had diarrhea. That's why I had to.
Again, garden party. You know, there's a compost pile. You could just head out back.
There's another one, by the way. I assume you haven't used the guest bathroom
yet. Holy shit!
If I had come to you panicked, like, yo man, it's happening. I got it. Would you have let me like go upstairs to the master bath?
I'll let you use my bath. We have two. We have the powder room,
which is what I used.
Yeah,
but I did not have diarrhea, by the way.
Right? Yeah, I would have let you into my.
I tinkled in your powder room.
Yeah.
But you would have let me use your bathroom?
I was actually going to give you like the secret to be like,
I appreciate that.
Yo, if you got any business, you know you can take care of it in the actual proper bathroom.
Thank you. I appreciate that our friendship would allow something like that to happen.
It was good though. It's like if anything, it does remind you that we do have friends, old friends. And like, I was trying to explain to my father-in-law, I was like, oh yeah, these are guys I've known for over 20 years.
No, more so than, we do have friends. It reminded me why we are friends. Because although some of us haven't, been, like all of us collectively hadn't been together for probably a year at least.
Yeah. There was like a shoot or two.
Yeah. But
here and there.
Within like 4 minutes of talking, we were all laughing our asses off, making fun of stuff, and it wasn't
mainly each other,
mainly each other, but it wasn't necessarily born of cruelty, which I always worry sometimes that our friendship is just us like just destroying each other and being mean, and it's not necessary. It's a lot of that, but it's not just that.
No,
which is
a lot of love.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
which being mean to be funny brings us to why we spend our day together Sunday.
And like, I think, putting a lot of thought, we did it yesterday, and that's like my main goal is to not be a bully.
I'm trying not to be a bully.
Right. Yeah. No.
That being said, I think we need to start bullying people more. I think we've become, there's been a lack of bullying
in
society. And I'm not talking about like, political stuff or whatever. No, just good old-fashioned bullying. People need to be bullied a little bit more because we've gotten soft.
I wouldn't even know how anymore.
Well, I think yesterday we should have taken money from people. I don't think we necessarily needed to pants anybody. We couldn't have pantsed them because a lot of them were wearing onesies.
I know, but like this is the mindset that you have to get out of. It's just like I actually have mad respect for all those people. We have to let's set
the table, please.
We thought it would be a good idea to we enjoy nerdy things. Like
we do.
Superheroes and comic books and, sci-fi, all that stuff. We enjoy it as entertainment.
We will admit to it anytime.
Yes. Fully enjoy it. Fully embrace
some of us like Firefly a little bit more than others, but it's okay.
I was thinking about him.
Okay, all right.
Maybe he'll come up. But so we thought in Philadelphia at the convention center was FAN EXPO.
FAN EXPO 25.
Yeah, and it's like I've been to many, many comic book conventions, and you realize it's very focused. It's comic books. It's superheroes.
Comic book conventions are comic books.
Sometimes a little Star Wars gets mixed in there.
Star Trek, some Star Wars, comic book adjacent things.
Right.
But also, you haven't been to a comic book convention, nor have I, for many years.
Yeah, probably me. Like I've done pre-pandemic, maybe 8 years ago, 10 years ago.
I went to one maybe 8 years ago with Chris Chow.
That's right.
That might have been 8 years ago.
I think it was longer.
Okay, so it was 10 years ago.
Right, because I think I actually was in Artist Row.
Oh yeah,
at a comic book convention.
Yeah.
Someone knew that I back in the day I did a lot of comic book drawing, and asked me. He's like, "We need to fill space. Could you be a space filler or whatever?" I said, "Fuck hell yeah!" I set up shop. I brought a couple sketches, mounted them up, put them on easels, set up my thing, and put up $20. You could get a sketch of your thing, and most of my stuff is like sexy versions of superheroes or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Can you do me a female Green Lantern with giant tits?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of it was like moms bringing up their 13-year-old boys being like, he wants like a really big boobed Batgirl or Catwoman. And I was just like, yeah, Johnny, you know. You take this back home and put it under your pillow. It happened though. Yeah. It's like I had a wife. The best one I did. A wife came up as a gift for her husband, had me do April O'Neil, a sexy April O'Neil in her yellow jumpsuit.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, by the way.
Yeah.
I really
but wait. My $20 a thing. I did not stop working the whole time. I pocketed like $400. And all I did is draw.
Why don't we do this anymore?
Actually, I did.
Let's go back.
I know. I had so much fun.
Well,
so much fun.
The next comic convention that comes to town, things are going to be different than they were yesterday. That is for sure.
Okay.
One of the things is definitely going to be that you have a table.
Yeah.
Because that gets us in.
Yeah. That does get.
And you make a little side money.
We could set up the podcast at the sketch station.
That's a great idea.
So we're making money.
That's a great idea.
Oh,
great
idea.
Yes, I love that. First of all, one other thought. I thought it was going to be a wife like, can you draw me as, for my husband. Yeah. But no, she's apparently open to having April O'Neil in their marriage.
Yes. Weird. That's his one in is someone that doesn't really exist.
It's like, if you pick a hall pass, pick someone in real life.
Pick someone in real life, please.
Don't pick a cartoon.
But FanFest, different beast, different animal altogether.
FanFest, I think, is an outgrowth of nerdy things becoming pop culture.
Pop culture.
I think because of Marvel, Disney Plus. I mean, this was really Disney Plus Expo, and then other stuff.
Yes, I don't. But the thing is, it's basically a place for cosplay people that dress up in costume.
Yes.
Like, I would have to say 70 to 80% of the people were dressed up. Like, there's a few parents, a few people that, outside.
Yeah.
But
it was largely cosplay.
Yeah.
No, but we did not go in. We went to the lobby.
We went to the lobby.
Because we didn't know what it was going to be, so we weren't willing to make the investment because it was sizable.
Right.
It was a pretty hefty entrance fee.
Yeah, I actually thought it would be like so loud and because then you're all packed into a room.
Right.
So there'd be a lot of commotion. I figured the entrance would be.
Yes. Now the lobby was loud, as you will see in some of this footage.
Yeah.
Because there was a DJ playing what sounded like a modem and a blender at the same time. And then songs from Wicked. It was as nonsensical as the expo itself.
Yeah. But the thing is, at a comic book convention, I can name 95% of the characters they're trying to portray.
Yes.
At FanFest, I could say maybe 30%. You did not know who they were.
No.
Were they video games? Were they anime? You could tell, you're anime, which is very dangerous.
By the way, heavy on Sailor Moon.
Yes. Yeah, that whole, I'm sure there's offshoots of that's our limited knowledge of that genre.
Yes.
But yeah,
a sailor suit
a lot of colored wigs
with a pastel
bob
wig,
cuts, and little tiny dresses.
Yeah, which were a problem.
A problem. Yeah.
Our biggest problem, and what made us go, we need to rethink this real quickly.
Yeah.
Was the amount of kids that were there.
Yeah, we didn't think about age. I have that as like
that was the
three things that kind of made this a big fail. You got to know that we were going to interview these people, and we had like
and we were trying not to mock them.
No, to mock them, not to make fun of them
at first,
but like weird pop culture.
Yeah,
you know, we had some questions lined up for them, but like legit, like fun stuff. We thought it would be fun.
Yeah.
I think we went in thinking that they'd be like theater kids, and they'd be all rambunctious and willing to
talk and ready to go and really excited about their costume.
Break into song and show off their costume.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I don't know if it's generational. I don't know if it's just like because of COVID and you didn't talk to anybody for 4 years. I don't know. I mean, they were not happy.
No, and they weren't. Well, okay. Let's go through it. You brought up age. We did not understand that there's going to be like a lot of 13, 15,
11.
Oh yeah, young people, and you're like, all right, well that's our gag is not going to work on that, and it shouldn't.
Nor should it. Yeah. And
so there's a lot of parents.
That was about 50% of the people there were
that was
families
the problem.
or like young kids.
Right.
Yes.
And then the few like we could tell were over 18, dressed up, and approach like very friendly, very outgoing approaches were shot down immediately. Of like, I don't want to be filmed. My costume isn't correct.
That was the weirdest thing. Was my costume isn't complete, or
she was
it
like
isn't
in
correct.
I don't know what it was an anime thing.
Sure.
She had a staff, and she was very upset that her costume.
You have green hair and a scepter. I think you're like and I don't know who you are. I think we're fine.
But then the other thing is like a little fear set in. Of all the looks we were getting of like, you don't belong here.
Yeah.
Who are you guys? Now we know what a narc feels like.
Yeah, dressed like a normie. Yeah, it was like that. It was like that Steve Buscemi bit.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do, fellow kids?
What?
That's what it felt like.
Every cosplay Princess Moon video game just gave us the stink eye. We got the stink eye all day long, and we're like, and we went there thinking, oh, we're nerds too.
Yeah.
So we're going to fit in.
Well,
our nerdism barely scratches the surface of how deep it goes.
It's like when people are like, I'm Native American, and you're like, you're 2% Native American. You're not, you can't claim it.
Your great aunt doesn't really.
It's like, no, you're Irish. Stop it. Which I think brought us to next time we do this.
Yes.
Things will be different.
Yes.
Because I volunteered to go dressed as a character.
I know we talked about this on the way out. Have you come up with who you are going to
I have a short list. I'm going to run these by you. Now, so I have great reasoning for some. C-3PO.
Hilarious, but I hate to see.
I got a mask. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's predicated on me getting in shape and getting massive pecs. Hawkman. With just the thing. But giant wings.
Oh, giant wings.
I think that's a pretty good look for me.
Yeah, you could probably
that's
throw
a mask.
something
That's
together.
just a top mask. I can.
But I think you could fake like a little Hawkman outfit and give yourself some.
Okay. All right. Well, then that's on the table.
But man, those wings are going to be a pain in the ass, man.
I thought that might be funny.
You got to think about mobility.
Yeah. I can't take the subway.
Remember the guy with like the shoebox feet?
We saw a guy with shoebox feet, and that was a problem for him.
I'm sure it was, made his out accurate.
Yeah.
But dude, walk, man.
Yeah, but also it's like you look like the Michelin Man or the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but with shoeboxes on it, with tissue boxes on his feet.
I think I know he was. I think he was from that. It's the new movie out with the kid from Hunger Games, A Night at Freddy's or something like that, and all the animatronic video guys.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess there was a lot of Minecraft shit there, huh?
And that was the other thing I thought, maybe because a lot of boxy things that you had no idea what you were looking at.
It's like, cool, you're pixelated.
Yeah.
So another one I thought, because this is pretty natural for me, I don't know if you're aware of his real name, but Salacious B. Crumb, who was Jabba the Hutt's little guy.
Oh. With the ears?
The gremlin that he had.
Yes. That's my vote. Holy fucking shit.
That or, quite obviously, my last option, Mystique.
I think the beard would be a problem, but I'm going with
You think the beard's the beard's going to be the problem in my Mystique costume?
Yeah. Everything else kind of falls
I think
in.
the tits might be a problem.
Yeah, we can fake that.
Hey, are we allowed to say Slave Leia anymore? That feels...
No, it's Gold Bikini.
Gold Bikini Leia. Yeah. All right, because I was like...
And was she I guess she was enslaved. Is that what
that's what the character was called? That's what the action figure was called. It was called Slave Leia.
Oh, shit.
That is a problem now, right?
It's also off-planet, so, it's like the Star Trek.
Off-planet? I don't think that makes a difference, despite the fact there was only one...
like Georgia.
There was only one black guy in space.
He was very cool.
He was the coolest one. I mean, he was one of the two coolest people. And wore capes.
Well, that's what I thought, because then, we could do the job, but we could, bring Riley back, and she could be
Gold Bikini
Leia, which is probably not appropriate anymore either, but...
Yeah. By the way, appalling lack of Gold Bikini Leias.
We didn't see it.
Didn't see one.
Yeah.
That was also upsetting.
It's funny, like we did this yesterday, and it feels like a week ago. But now it's all like rushing back to me. It was it was upsetting. Like I thought, like a gang of Jedi were gonna whack us with plastic lightsabers because there was a lot of them.
By the way, seeing grown men all overweight, going through security with lightsabers is so funny. That will never not be funny.
What was the line? Is he dressed up as Obi-Wan?
You're like Obi-12.
Obi-14, maybe.
And that was a woman.
That was a woman. And it was a woman.
We've seen at least 3, maybe 4 people in wheelchairs, and none of them were Professor Xavier. Come on, man.
As I started out, mad respect for doing it. It takes a lot of fucking balls to put on some tights and makeup and go out in public, because there's no secret entrance. You're walking down Arch Street. You're walking down.
Yeah,
I
disagree. I disagree. There's so many people doing it. I don't think there's any. I think that there's safety in numbers now. We can all do this. I think doing this.
I know, but they
20 years ago doing cosplay. The only cosplay 20 years ago was like a 50-year-old guy in a diaper at a nightclub. And you're like, yo, buddy, what's up? Like, I mean, that is literally...
I don't know what clubs you're going to, but...
That was the only time there was any cosplay. Now, everybody was... I mean, we were in a sea of people dressed.
It's funny, because we always like to take our experience and tie it back to some cinematic genre. There's a couple LARP things in Role Models.
Okay,
the Paul Rudd movie.
Yeah.
Hawkeye, the TV series, they had a LARP thing, but it's very mild, like just like a small piece, and it is what it is, and they basically make fun of it. But there's no like movie with like a character is a cosplay person. You figure it's like easy pickings.
I bet it's not, because of trademarking.
Yeah, but Role Models did Kiss. They were,
they're
whores.
But also Gene Simmons will do anything for like $35. I mean, that's not a tough one.
Yeah.
I think that you'd have to be in bed with Disney.
Yeah, but like really... there's so many movies like with football and baseball where they use generic shit. I mean, we didn't know any of those fucking characters. So if it's Sailor Moon, it could be Sailor Half Moon. I don't know. Right? But I'm just saying, like, just a character that is a furry.
By the way, the cross section of Sailor Moon, I mean, like, it was not just like little Japanese girls.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was overweight black women, overweight white men. like, by the way, heavy trans population.
Yeah.
I'm an ally. It's cool. I liked it. I liked it a lot a couple times. That worried me.
We saw a group of black women all dressed up as the
Powerpuff Girls, yeah.
Powerpuff Girls. I almost said Powder Puff. Powerpuff Girls.
Good costumes.
The costumes were awesome.
Great.
It's just like such a bizarre, like, you kind of want to know their story, but they wouldn't have anything to do with us.
No, they didn't want to talk to us. And it's like,
No one wanted to talk to us.
it's like, you look amazing. Let's talk.
Yeah. We saw the whole Avengers show up.
Yep.
And Captain America looked fucking amazing.
America
He
spent
had like
some
a
money.
real. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Captain America's making some. They all were though. They all look great. There's a Daredevil, Captain America, the British Captain America lady.
Yeah. Captain Britain.
Captain Britain.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a Black Widow, and
They looked great.
they look great. But we were defeated by them.
Oh, yeah. We had nothing
Yeah.
left in the tank at that
Yeah.
point. Yeah, we saw
really were.
we saw Deadpool and Spider-Man and someone else in
Deadpool,
the
Spider-Man.
middle of the street. There were some good ones.
There are also all the horror ones, like a lot of giant guns and chainsaws and
Yeah. A lot
like
of
that.
Yeah, there was some weird
It's
stuff
a
I didn't
weird
know. Some Walking Dead, a guy made his like girlfriend dress as a
As
Walking
his
Dead
son.
character's son, as
Yeah.
Rick's son.
Yeah, but was really good because it looked like the little kid. The little kids looked, you know. It was, but that dude was eyeballing us the whole time.
Yeah, it's
The
because he
dude
didn't want
that
us to talk to his girlfriend because
Yeah.
he's like, you're going to find out that I'm 22 and my girlfriend's 17.
That's the other thing, too. It's like there were some people not in costume and they were talking up all these people. And it's like, they're totally here to get laid.
Yeah.
And I think it was working. I mean, they were just nerdy enough and young enough to blend in. And we saw that one dude talking up a good game. And it's just like,
Yeah.
you go good
See,
for you,
I
kid.
think because a lot of people like us thought it's going to be theater nerds, and theater nerds all have the freakiest sex.
Right. Yes.
So that's like, they're all fine. No. They're not theater nerds. They're just nerds. And they would like some attention in that department.
Yeah.
Not in the,
Oh, yeah.
I feel like you two are going to make fun of me department.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it was. But we weren't there. We really weren't there to make fun of
We
people.
weren't. And I'm
we
sorry,
wanted to have fun.
I'm sorry
No
I
one was
looked
game.
I looked like your bully. I should have bullied you.
We should have wore shirts. Who wants a wedgie? You know?
That's not bad. I like that.
We might as well have, because that's what everyone saw us as.
Yes.
We were definitely narcs on the scene.
Yeah.
We were the old white guys that were going to make fun of them, and they want nothing to do with us.
But to be fair, we went on their turf,
Yes.
and that now they're the bullies.
It was a weird experience. I'm kind of glad we did it, even though it was a big failure. But I would recommend, like, if anyone's like wants to like check out like a subculture scene
Safely,
because
That's-
I mean, they really have found their people.
I mean, they have.
Like, yeah, I think like I said, we were at the entrance. I think once they got through those gates,
I think
I
things
think
changed.
that's when the party flags went up.
It was
and-
really, that was their safe space.
Yeah.
I think because
Yeah.
they're like, nobody's here. The only people that are here that don't really want to be here are parents.
Right.
Of,
Yeah.
you know, although we did see those parents that like clearly were way into it and made their kids dress up.
Because their costumes look better than the little, and they were little kids.
They were young kids.
So I thought about that too, and I was telling my wife, and I was just like, yeah, those were parents that made the kids go.
right. Yeah. He definitely got her pregnant at some other convention.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And
But he was dressed up as the Riddler. She was Poison Ivy. The kid in the stroller was Robin. That kitty head with the eyes and in the little tiny dress was freaking me the fuck out.
yeah, that was weird.
It was in a kind of awesome way. Like, it's like, you know, you see these movies where like something like that is terrorizing you. I felt a little terror.
I thought there'd be more furries.
Me too.
You know?
Me too. But I guess that's a whole
That's its own thing
other
now.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because you go to a furry thing, everyone's looking to get laid. Everyone wants a fucking a cat wants a fucking squirrel, and a bear wants a fuck a.
Can you imagine having to change those litter boxes? Jesus Christ.
No, thank you.
Yeah. It was all in all, A strange day.
Strange day. But back again, there's no movie that like has a character that is like this.
Well, let's start writing a cosplay rom-com.
With a cute meat and,
or a cosplay teen sex comedy.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Because there's a real lack of comedies
before we were married, if we had
Again, we're not married to each other. We are married to women.
If when we were single, because we had gone to comic book convention, had we ever hooked up with a cosplay person? And neither one of us had, but we all had like memories of costumes, but Halloween does not count.
Yeah. So never.
Yeah, so never. A lot of girls, a lot of pussycat with the black nose.
Yeah, and you just end up in black nose.
You end up wearing the ears. It's hilarious. It's so much fun.
You got the tail in your ass.
Yeah,
it's a good time.
Yeah. I do have a Georgetown Halloween story that I can't. I'll save it for later.
Hey, one other thing. I read this morning.
Oh boy.
That David Geffen,
Yeah.
billionaire David Geffen.
Yeah.
He's worth $8.7 billion.
No fucking way.
Yeah, totally.
I knew. I assumed. I know.
He started 3 record labels and DreamWorks.
Yeah, DreamWorks.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that much.
Yeah, so he is worth
crikey.
He's worth $8.7 million. He is 82 years old.
What?
On Friday, he filed for divorce from David Armstrong, who's 32 years old. They've been married.
32.
David Armstrong, former go-go dancer, who has been accused of being gay for pay. They filed for divorce after less than 2 years of marriage and no prenup.
Whoa. I'm sure that was a hard 2.5 years of work, but cha-ching.
Okay, now, worth it?
Yeah. At 32?
32, a
and
lot
you
of life
spend
left.
the rest of your
lot
life.
Of life left.
Like,
I mean, unless you do something really
I'm
stupid.
sure he's not going to get half.
No, but
like if you get
10%
is $800 million.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Done. Yes.
Would you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You'd put in 2 years.
Yeah.
Now there have been accusations that,
but like
he was gay for pay.
Right.
Previous
because
to the marriage,
it was probably, all hugs and kisses up front. Then you spend the rest of the time trying to get divorced.
right?
So you don't have to, you're already out of the game.
Now, David Armstrong, pretty hot looking dude. He looks good. David Geffen, for 82,
Right.
he looks like David Geffen.
Yeah. But like,
David Geffen was
what
never.
he's doing. He's not like, it's not like Benny Hill and he's chasing you around the house. Dude's sleep probably half the day.
But we live in a post-Viagra world.
I know.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
ooh, I'm coming to get you. David Geffen's coming to get you. I'm going to tickle you. Just running around a 30,000 square foot
Now
mansion.
that's the movie we should make. Throw some furries in there, some Sailor Moons, and
That's not a bad idea.
that's not a bad idea. See,
I
think the gay for pay dude, the go-go dancer, should be a cosplay person. That'd be great.
I like it. I'm
Well,
going
He-Man,
I'll put David
She-Ra.
Armstrong on my list of costumes I might wear.
Oh man,
I think
what would be great is like you hear another story in like 5 years that he's blown it all. Like it's all.
Well, that's the thing. I'm saying, like, he's 32. He's got so much life ahead of him. I'm like, but with that much money, you're probably going to do some pretty dumb stuff.
Really dumb shit.
And probably some of it's going to be dangerous.
Yes. Oh yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah. And when you hear David Armstrong dead at 36.
Yeah.
Holy
that's
shit. Potentially something that could happen.
That's
all right. So, yeah, you would. Those numbers work for you?
Yeah.
When
2 years. When you're like at
8.7 billion.
8.7
2
billion.
years, you're down for 24 months. Yeah. I've had car payments longer.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. You can't get a lease for that long. shit. All right, I like this. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
We should go back to all the episodes where we've had good ideas and write them down and do them.
And do them. Yeah.
Or maybe one of them.
Yeah, we're gonna keep trying doing stupid shit.
All right.
You know.
Let's keep going.
That's what we do.
Just remember important life lessons like you're probably not as nerdy as you think you are.
Yeah. No, you don't know.
Yeah.
You only know when you know.
Yeah. What's the Batman line? Like, you're the hero until you stick around long enough to become the bad guy.
Yeah.
That's us now.
Oh,
we've become the villains.
We are. We were definitely yesterday.
Yep. Man,
That's all right. It's all right. It's not a bad thing.
no, I guess not.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's like, if we fit right in, that might have been a problem.
I didn't expect to fit in totally.
No, me neither. But
I thought people
we were
would,
expecting theater kids.
our expectations were wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not to beat this dead horse.
Yeah. Anyway, so don't forget, please rate, review, subscribe, leave us a comment, please. That helps so much when you go to Spotify or you go to Apple or leave a comment, leave a review, leave a comment, throw some stars, whatever.
If you're a cosplay person, send us some pics.
If you are into cosplay, if you're not into cosplay, if you are wildly inappropriate to be into cosplay and yet you are, send pictures.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Yes, please.
Even if, you know what, even if it was Halloween, send it. We're
Yeah,
okay
yeah,
with that
yeah.
because we would like to see those photos.
Is this right? But I do have a really good Wolverine picture.
Of yourself?
Of myself.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. The other, I just want to jump in real quick because it actually does go with the famous for nothing. We didn't even get it, like we didn't go inside, but it's also pay to play. It was filled with celebrities. But like the biggest person was Mel Gibson. Can you imagine any of these kids that we saw going in there want to like sit on Mel Gibson's lap and take a picture of Mad Max?
Well, first of all, I'm pretty
or
sure.
is he Braveheart?
I'm pretty sure that's not how it works.
Who knows what? I mean, you pay your money. Make me a bike clown.
Yeah. I mean, Mel Gibson that is a weird.
That was a weird thing. Everyone else kind of got.
I like that Parker Posey canceled.
I can't. And
Walton Goggins canceled, huh?
He can't. He was supposed to be there.
He's
They were
like,
both supposed to be there.
I'm
They're
too
like,
big for this now.
Yeah. He's like, thank God.
Thank God this hit.
But the one that was wild was the original girlfriend in Back to the Future before she was replaced by Elizabeth Shue.
Leah Thompson?
No, that was the mother. Marty McFly's girlfriend. You know, they're going to go on the overnight weekend. They're going to have the truck. And
I thought he was dating Christopher Lloyd. Why else would he be friends with an old, disgraced scientist?
I know.
That's fucking crazy.
And they never bring it up why a teenage boy would be best friends with a 70-year-old nuclear physicist.
I assumed he was butt fucking him. Is that not what was happening? I never watched any of the other Back to the Future.
I think that's a different Back to the Future. I think there was
I never watched
Back to the Future.
I didn't watch the sequels because I assumed there was like sexual assault happening.
Yeah. It was all about him, the trial of.
Yeah, between the doctor. Yeah, I assume the second one was a trial. They had to go. They went back in time to stop one of the jurors from being born. And that, like, I mean, I made a lot of this up, but
no,
they did not have an inappropriate relationship.
See, maybe you weren't nerdy enough. Maybe you were the problem.
Hey, whoa, hold up.
In 2 and 3,
put a pin in that because Back to the Future fucking stinks.
The first one was good.
Crispin Glover was good.
It was very.
Yeah, I'm glad we have a couple.
It was an entertaining movie.
I'm glad we have a couple lines that have lived on. You know, like
man.
Yeah, but no, terrible movie.
I think. How old were you when that came out? I think that is going to say a lot. I think you were in your angst phase. You only saw half the movie because your asymmetric haircut.
Oh, everything good happened on the right of the frame?
Yes.
All the entertaining parts? Dude, I was probably like 11 when that came out.
Yeah, you were probably pissed off 11-year-old.
I mean, I had a lot to be mad about.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. I don't think about Back to the Future. I don't rave about it. It doesn't come up.
Look, we saw one asshole in an orange vest yesterday. I don't think that it's necessarily like nerd lore.
It isn't.
Yeah.
It is not.
I didn't see any orcs. I mean, I didn't see any fucking hobbits.
No.
Yeah.
It's just anime.
Video games.
Video games, anime. I don't know.
Yeah.
And some superheroes, Jedis. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really weird for like that to be the celebrity circuit.
Yeah.
It's like I would love to be a fly on the wall for like those meets. But you brought up Firefly. One of my biggest nerdy obsessions is Firefly. Nathan Fillion is the lead actor. And he did one of the...
Explain it like no one knows, because no one knows.
Yeah, everyone knows about Firefly, the best TV show ever made.
Okay.
For one season.
For one season. So good they had to cancel it twice.
But he was doing a guest celebrity spot at a comic book convention. And you have to... I don't know. It's like $50, $75, $100. I don't know. And you get to take a picture with him, get his autograph and whatever. But then there was an upgrade for like $150. And you got a replica of his Firefly handgun.
Jesus Christ!
You came.
I
came.
Was that exciting?
I was so excited.
I was so excited I came.
I couldn't believe it. He was very cool about it. No, I did not go. It's like I was like, I can't do that. I just can't. I wanted to. I wanted to meet him and get a replica gun.
I could see. Yeah, it's like a Happy Meal for.
It was. It really was.
Well, here's who we missed by not going in. Short list: John Cena, Mel Gibson, John Carpenter.
Cena. That would be great. Come on, Peacemaker is fucking awesome.
All right, I would have been cool with that. Yeah,
I'm all for it, man.
William Shatner, who, by the way, was almost more famous for the Saturday Night Live bit making fun of this.
Oh my gosh, yeah. He had to have been drunk.
Jodie Whittaker, who played Doctor Who. Andy Serkis, who Lord of the Rings, he was Gollum, and he does all the motion capture stuff. He directs now. So. Anthony Daniels, C-3PO.
See,
I could have asked him to borrow the costume.
Tips.
For some reason, Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt.
Not a lot of Mad About You cosplay.
Don't they usually say like what she was in and
why Twister and Mad About You? Yep. Giancarlo Esposito from The Mandalorian.
That made me really sad. All of a sudden.
Dolph Lundgren, the original He-Man.
That's cool. Yeah.
Hey, Christopher Lloyd. We could have asked him about banging Marty.
Banging Marty.
And it's gonna fall off. Ooh, Heather Graham. Didn't know that.
Heather Graham.
Yeah.
Wow.
Austin Powers, I guess.
Stop it.
She was in Twin Peaks. She was in the last season of Twin Peaks. Yeah. Hey, Danny Glover was there. Do you think that they sat together? Danny Glover and Mel Gibson?
No.
You think?
That'd be funny.
Oh, your favorite. Peggy the dog from Deadpool and Wolverine was there.
I hate the fucking dog. Ruined the movie.
We really should have gone in. Yeah. Priscilla Presley.
They had the whole cast of Twilight.
A lot of Twilight
the family.
People. Kellen Lutz.
Yeah.
From Twilight. Steve Guttenberg.
Boy, Steve Guttenberg.
Fuck. We missed Guttenberg.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I think he's probably looking for you. There she is. That's the original girlfriend from Back to the Future.
4 from the end on this list.
She's done nothing else. And how long ago was that? You're 11.
Claudia Wells.
35 years ago?
Yeah, I
40 years ago?
If you had put a gun to my mom's head and been like, name the girlfriend for
I knew her right away. I didn't even know.
Nah. Nope. Right. Nope.
I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but
yeah. Wow.
That's the principle.
From Back to the Future. So he actually is lower on the list than she is by one person. An extra from Twilight is in between them. That's not good. That's not good at all.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Holy shit.
All right.
Well, that happened.
It happened.
And we just talked about it forever.
We talked about it longer than we were there.
Yeah. No joke.
I mean, practically.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks, guys. I guess we'll see you next week. And if we're fully in cosplay,
Yeah.
don't be surprised.